on a mission to research and find out what makes a $100,000 Etsy listing. Because most Etsy listings sell 0 times, 20 or 30 times, or maybe if you're lucky, a couple hundred times. And ideally, those thousands of listings that you make add up and you end up making a lot of money. But there are those listings out there that I'll run into that have sold 2,000 times, 3,000 times, 7,000 times in just 2 years. So I searched Etsy for lots of different product types: shirts, sweatshirts, tote bags, mugs, blankets, and more. And all of the top listings that have sold $100,000 worth all had the same thing in common. Like this mug listing, for example, that sold 25 times in the last 24 hours has actually sold 6,095 times in 23 months. And if you analyze this listing using the Everbee Chrome extension, you can see that this actual store has actually only sold 8,000 items total. So almost this entire store revenue has come from this one listing. Same with this t-shirt listing. This one sold 291 times in the last 24 hours, has sold 51,000 times in the last 23 months. And if again, you analyze this store, you can see this store has only sold 98,000 items. So half of this entire store's sales have come from this one listing. Or this blanket listing that has sold 147 times in the last 24 hours, has sold 10,400 times. And when we analyze it, this store has only sold 44,000 things. So again, a fourth of this store's entire sales coming from one listing. But what do this shirt, this blanket, and this mug all have in common? They're what I like to call super custom listings. Now, we all know that adding personalization can make you a lot of money on Etsy. So adding a custom name, adding a custom date can really go a long way, since a lot of shoppers come to Etsy hoping to find a custom, really personal, thoughtful gift to give somebody. If they wanted something really generic, they could go to Walmart, they could go to Amazon. But with the rise of Printify personalization and tools like Hello Custom, it's made it easier than ever before for people to have a custom name, a custom date put on an item. That's not as unique as it once was a few years ago. So what I see winning in today's day and age is, again, these super custom listings. Let's come over back here to Etsy and take a look at the product analytics for the search term shirt. So here in this picture, I'm using Everbee, which is a Chrome extension that allows you to search and filter the search results on Etsy so that you can really find out a lot of really great information. And I have a link for Everbee down in the description if you haven't checked them out before. So I searched something simple like the word shirt. I looked at the entire Everbee database, and then I used their filter buttons to filter only listings that are less than 24 months old, because I want stuff that's more recent, and then sorted by the total sales. So here you can see this listing that I found was 23 months old and has sold 51,000 times. This is a custom photo shirt. So I don't want to share any actual exact designs in this video, because I don't want to have anyone get copied, but I do want to share that these may be a little bit of work to put together, but they can make you so much money. So a bunch of custom photos and a custom name for this one. The top 3, this one that's 20 months old that has sold 30,000 times, this one's that's 18 months old and has also sold 30,000 times, are all those same custom photo shirts that are super popular. But even the 4th one here that sold 28,000 times in 20 months is a custom team name for sports. Even this 5th one is a listing for Christmas shirts that have 440 different quotes to choose from. So while they probably have an option to make a custom saying, this is above and beyond what most people would normally be willing to make. Coming over here and doing the exact same thing with the blankets. This top one here that sold 10,000 times in 20 months, this is a custom photo blanket. So they get to upload 9 different photos to this blanket and custom text. So it's not as simple as just custom text. Some other listings that are on track to do $100,000 is ones like this one. This listing's 5 months old and has already sold 2,866 times. And this one, you just get to put a custom photo on. They get to choose the custom photo, they get to use the text, and you just have to put that together. So again, it's a little bit more work, but for this many sales, it can really help to boost your store, especially if you're new. But not all of them have custom photos. Some of them have graphics that you can choose from. So this listing, again, I'm gonna blur it out, but it sold 7,500 times in 18 months. And instead of having them use a custom photo, they get to choose between like, I think, yeah, 75 different graphics that you can put on the item for them. So it might be worth your while to go that extra mile and do a super custom listing. I think the magic really is that you add one of these to a niche that doesn't have it yet. And normally this would be a ton of work to actually put together and set up, but with Printify's new live preview feature and being able to customize photos, I think this is gonna eventually be easier than ever, depending on how custom you wanna make these listings. If you haven't seen it yet, Printify's recently done an update where they have something that's called a live preview option, where I can put together this design. So I put together the background of the design, the little hearts, the world's best, and then I upload that to Printify and I added the custom names, the custom grammar word, and then the custom photo. And then when your customer goes to order it, they can upload the photo themselves, they can type in the names themselves, and get to see a preview of what it looks like. They would click here and upload an image. I'll grab this one right here. They can change the name. So let's say this kid's name is Lucas. Maybe they only have one kid in the photo, and then instead of the grandma name, maybe she goes by Nana. And let's see Etsy actually show the customer the preview. So now it says Luca, not Lucas. So let's see. Definitely not had a perfect experience with it yet, but I think it's just gonna keep getting better. So yeah, now it says Lucas and world's best Nana, and the customer could click continue and make sure everything's set up the way that they want and save the design. And then they would just copy this code and paste it into the personalization box to tell us what they wanted. Now, some customers aren't gonna be able to figure this out and can just send you a message with their custom photo or with the names and everything that they want printed on it. But for some people who are more computer savvy, you're not even gonna have to personalize or customize any of these items, which is really, really convenient. And Printify already includes the message for the personalization box to your customers, so it is pretty easy to kind of set this up. Now, are you gonna make one of these custom listings and get your next listing that sells 7,000 times? Probably not. It's just like anything with a print-on-demand business. You really need to do your research, make sure that you're adding value and giving customers what they really want. They want to give a really thoughtful, really memorable, amazing gift or something really funny. That's what they're coming to Etsy for. And so consider this as an option. If you're not feeling as fulfilled by just slapping up as many random listings and random niches and seeing what sticks, then maybe considering trying some of these custom listings could be an interesting switch for your business model. Now, this might look different long term. It's not going to be as automated as probably a normal listing would be, since you do want to send your customers proofs of the designs before sending them to production. But maybe that looks like hiring a virtual assistant or hiring an employee to help you make these designs. So if you're getting 150 of these puppies every day, you're probably going to need a little bit of help putting them together. But I just wanted to offer it as an alternative path if you're not loving where you're at on this journey just yet, because these super custom listings are making sellers $100,000 with just one listing, and you could absolutely do that too. Now, comment the word Printify down in the comments below if you want me to make a full tutorial on using the Printify personalization, or let me know if you want any other tutorials. I love making videos for you guys that you think are helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.